What's up guys, how's it going? So today we're gonna solve the two-sum problem. So the problem is that you are given an array of integers and you are also given a target integer, and you need to find two numbers from the array which will add up to the target number. And you may assume that each input would have exactly one solution and you may not use the element twice. So let's understand the problem. So our target integer is 9 and this is the input array. So you need to find two numbers from this array that will add up to 9. So the numbers in the input are 2 and 7. 2 and 7 is 9. And you cannot use the same element twice. So if the number 2 is added once, you cannot use the number twice. But you can have duplicate numbers. So how do we solve it? So the brute force solution would be to loop over the entire array, and on each iteration you will loop over the array again to find the matching number. So the matching number would be the target number minus the current number. So on the first iteration, then we have the number 2, so 9 minus 2 is 7, so you need to find the number 7 on the nested loop. So the time complexity will be O of n square with constant space complexity. But we can have a linear time complexity, but you will also need a linear space complexity. So there is a trade-off, so we're gonna stick to the linear time complexity and linear space complexity. So let's see how. So we will start looping over the elements of the array, and on each iteration we're gonna check the remaining number. So 9 minus 2 is 7. So we will try to check if the number 7 exists in our cache. No. If it doesn't, then we're gonna store the number in our cache as a key. So we're gonna put 2 here, and the value will be our index because we need to return the indexes. So I can put 0 here. Now we will go to the next element, which is 7. So 9 minus 7 is 2. So does 2 exist in our cache? Well, yes, 2 exists in our cache. So we're going to return the value in the cache, which is the index, and we will also return our current index, and that will be our solution. So the time complexity will be O of n, because at worst case we have to loop over the entire array, and the space complexity will be O of n because we might need to store all the elements at the worst case. So as you can see, it's a very easy solution. So let's code it up. We can create the cache, which will be JavaScript object. Then let's create the output variable. And let's loop over the elements. So for let I will be 0, I should be nums.length, and I should be ++. Let's get the remaining number, target minus num, and actually let's get the num variable. So const num, nums I. If remaining exists in our cache, then we have a solution and we can return from the loop. So if remaining exists in cache, then we're gonna return the current index and the value. So cache remaining. Otherwise we can store the number in the cache. So cache num, and the value would be the index, and finally we can just return an empty array, and we don't need this output variable actually. So let's run the code. Okay, so it has accepted all the cases, and the solution actually worked. If the video has been helpful for you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also check out the blog for future reference and my other channel. The link will be on the description. So that's it. Stay safe. Goodbye.